What's going on, everybody? So, I just finished a meeting that I had to do. It was very exciting. I got some new shirts, so super cool here. Check it out. Got a new fire shirt too for the instructor thing. Very cool. However, we had a meeting today. I think it was supposed to last about like 2 hours. It ended up lasting until like 12:30. So it was great. So I did make a little bit extra because I was there for that length of time. But my provisions have been in my truck the whole time. So what I have made in being at the meeting, I have lost due to a loss of my provisions. I just want to say provisions because it sounds funny in my head, at least. Anyway, very exciting stuff. Let me get out of here. It's kind of raining a bit. It's not ideal. So, I finished the meeting. Okay, these wipers just need to stay on. And after that, I brought my lady some food. So very nice. She loves it when I bring her food. It's the only thing that calms her down sometimes, but she's a sweetheart. And now, I think what I'm going to do next is I might actually head over to Annabelle for a little bit, to the fire station, just because I want to make a quick little training video over how to administer mag sulfate and how to maybe set up lidocaine. I think if I do it at the proper time frame, it'll be okay. But I have to make sure that I finish it within the time frame because I need to go pick up my daughter at 3:30. It's 1:23. I don't know if I have time to do that. Maybe if I didn't bring my sweetheart lunch. I don't know. I'm gonna stop at a gas station, get an energy drink, and then I'm gonna evaluate myself and say, okay, it takes approximately 25 to 30 minutes to get to work. It's another 25-30 minutes. I have an hour of setup. It's also raining. I could just go home and then work on it tomorrow. Both options are decent in my head. I don't know. I just have this gust of energy and I want to expel it on EMS content. I want to do all these different things, but at the same time, my baby comes first, and she always will. It's okay. Very exciting things. We've done a lot of EKG interpretations. We've covered just about everything. I can't think of anything. Well, I can do idioventricular rhythms and go more in detail. I know I talked about them in a little bit, but I did hit them up a little bit more. Hopefully by the time this comes out, either the junctional rhythm PowerPoint will come next or it's already occurred, which I'm very happy with. And I don't know if I'm going to do a video over idioventricular rhythms. What I do need to do now is I need to talk about PACs, PVCs, and PJCs, which are just pre-atrial complexes, pre-ventricular complexes, and then PJCs, pre-junctional complexes. You might be saying, Mario, why do you need to do all that? Well, it's all about continuity, right? It's all about making this flow properly. I've talked about just about every rhythm I can think of, with exceptions to certain abnormalities. Next, I need to touch up on 12 leads. That'll be the next part of this. And then after I go over 12 leads, I plan on going over different ways to interpret STEMIs or ST elevation causing a myocardial infarction. We can look at anteroseptal STEMIs. We can look at lateral STEMIs, blah, blah, blah. Going over the different leads, the reciprocal leads. I'm learning more about it myself. I struggle on it sometimes, so this kind of pushes me to study more. So I'm very thankful for that. What else? So we're going to go over PACs, PVCs, PJCs. The reason why is because there's this one simulator. It's a 6-second strip. ECG or EKG simulator on skillstat.com. That is a fantastic website. It has a great free EKG simulator that I know whenever I do use it, I'm going to link it down below. It is the best way to practice whenever you're new going into medic school. Or just if you want to learn EKGs in general. Sorry, my car is messy. I just got out of a 2-day shift. So I'm very excited about that. I want to introduce it. I want to see if maybe I can do a challenge where I can get like a rhythm right every 2 seconds for a minute straight. So go for like 30 seconds of interpretation in 1 minute, or 30 correct interpretations. It'll take me a couple of tries, but I think I'll nail it. But I don't want to do that and then like, yeah, he got it, but he missed like, he guessed like 2 times for every rhythm strip. No, it needs to be actually like fairly presentable. I can get, I think my highest score right now is like at 24 rhythms in a minute, but I know I could hit 30 rhythms in a minute if I just practice it for like a day. They can only show you so many rhythms, right? So I'm excited about that. I'm at the gas station right there. Now, there's no way I can make more EMS content by going to work. It just doesn't make sense. But some interesting things I'll talk about in a second after I get my energy dependence. Hello. We have obtained the energy drink. Woo! We can feed our caffeine addiction that will slowly cause my heart to contract more and more, causing me to become hypertensive earlier on in life. Potentially, there's some chemicals in there that may have issues with my kidneys filtering it, blah, 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 blah. It's not good. Anyway, I cannot make it in time to the training room that I want to be at to work on the things that I want to work at, and it makes me very sad, but there's other times. I can find other times to do things. My coworker offered me today to work, and I almost picked it up, but I decided not to at the last moment. I'm so glad I didn't, because then I wouldn't have made it to the meeting. That's mandatory. So really glad I didn't screw up there. That was just a happy accident. I didn't put 2 and 2 together that I couldn't go to the meeting if I had work, but it worked out. I said no. The only real reason why I said no to picking up the shift was because I was like, I need to spend some time with the family. You know, I got to go see a baby. I wanted to practice volleyball with her, but it's a little bit too wet right now. We can still practice, but I mean, I don't think it's worth getting sick over, you know. Anyway. So, we are doing amazing with our time frame of what we need to get done for the EKGs. Somebody asked for the atrial rhythms. That's why I specified on the atrial rhythms. I don't remember who said that comment, but I do remember how you asked about AFib and A-flutter. There you go. I made one over it. And it kind of helped encourage me to make some of these future content. Somebody else asked about a pharmacology med list or tier list. That is coming. I have not forgotten. I had another one where somebody made a really interesting question where they're like, hey, Mario, how do you deal with whenever a patient dies? It's a great question. I answered it to the best of my ability, but I think that would potentially also be another great video. And maybe I can talk about the CISM, or the Critical Incident Stress Management System, where we can talk to different individuals about the call. Usually happens 24 hours during a call, your department or wherever you work at. A lot of times we'll have like some type of setup, and if not, you could potentially talk about bringing that to management or whoever runs your department. For me, it'd be like Chief Simmons, my assistant chief, or like Chief Clack, my fire chief. Amazing people. But we have those CISM programs where we're able to talk about everything that happened with the trauma or like a bad call, and really air out and everything. And it's not just for us. A lot of times I'll have a student with me, right? So I have like an EMT basic student with me that's riding out, and they could just get luck of the draw or bad luck of the draw, however you look at it. where they had a cardiac arrest, and really sad. The patient didn't make it after we tried everything. And while I may be used to that, for a student, who's just coming out, just learning how to put on vitals properly, things like that, it's a real punch in the face. And we've had it before where we've had CISM, or critical incident stress management systems, put in, where we will not only talk to the lead, but we'll sit down and we'll talk to the students as well. Say, are you okay? How was that call for you? Do you need to go home early? Is there anything we can do? Here's some resources to reach out to. My department that I work at is amazing when it comes to mental health awareness. Annandale Fire Department is easily one of the best mental health departments that I can ever imagine. Now, I'm not saying that other cities aren't. I'm sure that there's really good foundations, but for the amount of personnel that we have with like 30, 40 people, we have a really, really solid mental health system where, let's say if you suffer from some type of addiction or something, or if you suffer from some type of health or medical related, psychological related issue, they'll work with you and they'll set you up for success, and they'll try to help you long term. It's almost like you work with like a family. It's amazing. I'm really thankful that our Chief Glag, Chief Simmons, my EMS Lieutenant Kevin, are all fantastic when it comes to that, and I have the utmost respect for my department for them prioritizing mental health as much as they do. They're definitely people that I can talk to about stuff. Anyway, I'm going off tangent. I think that's a great idea for a video. I think it'd be a really interesting topic, and it's definitely something that I also want to visit. I've been focusing pretty heavy on the EKG output, just because, again, I think it'll be a really good building blocks to provide a proper foundation for students. What else? My video has been kind of cutting in and out, but my audio records. How does that make sense? I don't know. Besides that, there's not much to it, lads. I'm just heading home because I don't have time to make the stuff that I want to make. I need to buy a new USB-A cord because my mic cord is getting all frayed and messed up. We just hit 3,000 subscribers, by the way. I don't know what it's going to be at by the time this comes out. Hopefully it's up and not down. That would not be good, but I understand. I mean, maybe you subscribe for some content, and while I've been focusing on the EKG stuff, I'm not outputting the stuff you want to see. That makes sense. I respect your opinion, and I completely understand. But please don't. Anyway, thank you guys for all the support. If you comment on any of my videos, I will try my best to answer them. People have been commenting nonstop, which is fantastic. I love to answer questions for on the medical emergency tier list. Some are on the 96-hour life. And I'm just saying, if you comment on a video that has less comments, it makes it easier for me to see it versus being lost in the sea of comments. I'll scroll down, I'll go to the newest. I'll try to find the comments, and I try so hard to answer every single one, but I know I've missed a couple, and I'm trying to find them. I just can't find them, but I know that they're there. But if it's on a newer video or a different type of video that doesn't have any comments, or has one or two, and you comment, okay, that's easy. I can see there's one missed comment there, and there's 3 comments. That's an easy one to answer. And so I'm just saying, if you want me to answer something, but you put it in a video that doesn't have as many comments, it makes it a lot more visible for myself to respond. I'm very thankful for everybody. You guys have been super sweet. So I'm just really appreciative of everything. I'm kind of just rambling now. I rambled for so long, it rained and then stopped raining. So I'm gonna probably end it here. But thank you guys so much for watching. It's very kind of you. And I will see you all on the next one.